Hey, good evening, YouTube. Sorry I'm a few minutes late. Had some technical difficulties. Sorry if that audio is popping there. As you can see, I managed to get a capture card for the VHS tapes I purchased a few weeks ago. Crack a Coke there. Sorry if that was super loud. I got a new mic in, for those who didn't notice, or who didn't know. I posted about it the other day. It's pretty nice. I have a video that's, what do they call it? Scheduled to premiere here at 8 o'clock. So I'm going to try and keep myself to the 1 hour limit tonight. I thought it'd just be fun to watch this, a section of this tape, Little Big Lots from Running Rabbits. I have the box here, closed on February 26, 1993. And I would have loved to shown you the box, but that was some of the technical difficulties I had, was getting the camera working along with the VCR. And I'm going to stop it here before we get it in too further. Yeah, so I'm just going to, what we're going to do tonight is I'm going to play this VCR, just talk about it, look at some of the marbles, and I have some ideas on what I want to do with these tapes, and I'm going to take some notes and gather some feedback from you guys, maybe live while we watch it. And if anyone's watching this in the future, feel free to drop a comment on your thoughts, because it might have an effect on future videos I make. So without further ado, let's roll into an introduction from the one and only Danny Turner, who was the creator and curator of Running Rabbits back in 1990s. Hey, Dozer, it's good to see you. I really appreciate you stopping by. I need to get on Instagram. I actually have some messages I need to answer. I haven't been cranking that video out. I know you specifically are going to love, the video that I have scheduled to post tonight. I have 2 more that I plan to post over the next 2 days. I wanted to get them all done tonight, but as I make more videos, I learn more and they take more time. But I'm having a lot of fun with it. So without further ado, let's roll into Danny Turner.
We have increased the number of lots in this auction from 250 up to 300 lots.
300. I think that's why they called it Little Big Lots. And that's why some of these are 2 to 3 hours. I don't think anything reaches quite 3 hours. Although some of them are split onto multiple tapes, so together they're over 3 hours.
Lot number 1 is a
Start off with a stunner, a guinea.
beautiful bright coloring, super orange streak you can see there.
Oh wow, and a real clear base.
Large open panel on one side, which allows you to see fingers of color jutting into the matrix of the marble. Very unusual occurrence in a guinea.
It's pretty fun too, because you guys usually get a bit of haziness on my live streams because of my internet connection. Let me tell you, this resolution is, because it is VHS, 720p possibly. Not quite sure. Maybe even 480. Nice little Christensen agate swirl flame. Real classic colorway.
Super design on this marble with several.
Yes, 300 of these to sit through, and this is one of 20-ish. I can't quite remember the exact count, but 20-ish tapes that I have. Like I said, I do want to get these uploaded to share with people, but I don't know how to go about that, because no one's realistically, I mean, a few people might sit through and watch them all. So I want to find out how to make them a bit more interesting. Your mic sounds like, I appreciate that. The mic is a lot better. It's going to get taken some used to, because now you're going to hear all of the little clickety clacks of my
Lot number 4 is
desk
a
and the
gorgeous
background.
13
I need to figure out how to hone that in.
macro agate tricolor corkscrew. There's a
Tricolor
fantastic
corkscrew.
color on this marble.
Yeah,
Super
these
sweet,
tapes I have not
great
been
surface.
watching them
This
all.
is a
I've been too
gorgeous
busy.
example of
This is actually the only one that
true
I've seen.
tricolor
I watched through
corkscrew.
probably the first 30 or 40
It's lot
marbles.
number 4.
But it's so cool. And to think that this
Lot number
is a
5,
30-year-old
another gorgeous
tape. Um,
corkscrew.
this is how
Great
they were selling
mechanical
marbles
detail
back in the early
running
90s
along the yellow.
via VHS catalog.
Great wet surface.
It's so cool. Yeah, my voice sounds so much deeper.
Beautiful
It's funny. I
example
get that a lot.
of acro-agate corkscrew.
Um,
Lot number
yeah,
6
so
is
let
a
me... Hey,
gorgeous
Blue Crow.
3/4
Happy to
inch
see you. Bye.
lime-made
Let me get up
corkscrew.
here. I need to
Great
figure out
green color with a
how
good
to
amount of
add
blot running along the
text.
green. Translucent lemonade yellow glass. Great wet surface.
I
This
guess
is
I
an
could do it this way.
outstanding example of this type
Open
of
up a
marble.
notepad.
It's lot number 6. Lot
And
number
I'm gonna
7 is a
add
tricolor peltier.
window capture.
White, orange, a red, and yellow.
Notepad.
Wet surface. Excellent color.
Alright, so
Lot number 7. Lot
I'm
number
gonna
8
move this out of the
is a
way.
gorgeous tricolor peltier. Intense coloring.
There we go.
This is one of the most beautiful types of coloring on these tricolor peltiers.
Alright, so let me get my notes. I didn't have much, but I did have some that I wrote down, I think, if I could find them.
Lot number 9 is a tricolor machine made. This one is almost 3/4 of an inch in diameter. Very
Sorry, I'm
excellent
very
design
unprepared and
details.
unorganized tonight. I feel a bit like the teacher in class that just rolls a tape and sits back.
Lot number 10.
But I literally finished the video that's scheduled
Lot number 10 is a shooter
right
size
before I
tricolor peltier.
up or started this stream.
Wet surface.
Serial items, swim, short pipe article. That's not it.
Gorgeous color.
I know I have it in here.
Lot number 11 is a mica, 3/4 of an inch. Evenly dispersed mica.
Yes, that's on my website.
Nice polish.
Man, take notes to stay organized, and then you end up super
Great
unorganized.
example. It's lot number 11. Lot number 12 is a mica in cyan blue. The mica in this marble is encapsulated into a core, as you can see. There's one fleck out of the marble right there, as you can see. Otherwise, good condition. Very beautiful, intense color.
Aha, okay, I found it. So,
Lot number
when I do
13
upload
is a
these
beautiful
VHS tapes,
bright
oh, that's a nice
amber,
mica.
golden amber mica with a lot of mica, as you can see.
You know, in this video,
Good surface condition.
I had never seen a cord mica, like an old handmade
It's lot number 13.
German, that has a core, but the core's formed fully of mica. And I saw one in this video, and then while making June's top 10 videos, sure enough, there was a cord mica. I thought that was pretty cool.
An outstanding example.
Ghost core, I think some called them.
Lot number 14.
Alright, so on this running rabbits, let me pull this a bit closer.
Lot number 15 is a 9/16.
Oh wow, that's not going to be big enough at all.
In light purple or lavender glass.
Postcards.
Good big chunks of mica in this marble. Wet surface. It's lot number 15. Lot number 16 is another 9/16" mica. This one's in a deeper purple glass. Wet surface. Lot 17 is a Latticino 4 swirl with very bright outer lines. Great wet
It might
surface.
take up some of it, but I'm gonna clean it up.
Slot number 17.
So this is kind of the info that I want to share,
Slot number 18
publicize when I do finally upload some of these VHS tapes. So for those that weren't aware, Running Rabbits, for all of their auctions, they gave out postcards. And I can... Oops, it's going to open Photoshop. I wanted to open the photo app. Some of you guys have seen them. I'm going to try and pull them up just to show the newbies. Close that. Pictures. Running Rabbit.
Lot number 20 has a similar core to 19, except this one has white outer lines.
And we'll add another capture in here.
One dimple running pommel to pommel, as you can see. Very beautiful marble. Lot number 21 is a very rare orange solid core swirl. We've had a few of these in the past, but this is the last one that we've owned.
Didn't want to get that capture for some reason. I'll do a
Slot number 21.
screen capture, I guess. Display.
Lot number 22 is a small Christensen Agate Company turkey.
Boom. So there you go. So this is one of the postcards
Great markings on
that Danny Turner would have sent out
mixed with browns.
in anticipation of an auction.
Slot number 23
And so I don't know yet exactly how many auctions he did.
is another Christensen Agate Company
But my
marble.
guess is there's
Green,
over 2
bright
dozen.
orange, and brown
I think they were about once a quarter at
stripes.
first, and then they might have picked up in frequency after a few years.
Slot number 23.
So you're looking at a few dozen, and each of those I think should have postcards. And I don't know if there's one postcard per. And if I pop this back up, on the back of the postcards you can see here,
Wet surface.
if I zoom in, oop, zoom into the wrong spot.
Lot number 25.
It's auction number 17.
Christensen Agate Company
So
electric orange.
they are at least cataloged in that way.
Fantastic color.
The question is, were there multiple
It's so bright.
postcards for auction number 17? So this is some information I'd like to find out, and if I can collect it all, I'd love to organize it and then publish it. So as I have here, I would love to get the postcards, which would have the auction dates and the numbers. Then each auction also Danny would catalog. He would print out and ship out a multi-paged pamphlet of all 200 to 300 marbles with their numbers that you see here, the 27 on the screen. And then it would have acro corkscrew and everything he's reading off right now. So I'd love to get that, all of the catalogs. I have some of the catalogs from a couple of the Robert Block auctions, but none of the Running Rabbits. And now that I think about it, I never actually looked to see if I have the tapes for the catalogs I have. Because if I do, that'd be a cool place to start. I'm going to check that out while you watch these. That's a really nice auger.
White through transparent red matrix. This one has a very exciting twist. Great color, clarity, super wet surface. Gorgeous example. Lot number 30 is a fantastic acro-agate corkscrew with super intense color and great detail line. Truly outstanding example.
Alright, so I got my catalogs here. I have
Wet surface,
Blocks Marble Auction number 6 from December 11th, 1992,
color.
and an Absentee Marble Auction, again Blocks,
Slot number 31.
auction number 4, April 3rd, 1992.
Slot number 32.
So yeah, those would have been on a quarterly basis. Let me look through my tapes real quick and see if I have
Great color, a large amount of mica
the
scattered
tapes
throughout this marble.
for number 4 and number 6 for Blocks.
Ground pine.
Because I do for these two catalogs. So as you see here,
Very hard to find
in the
marble.
catalogs they would have
Slot
the
number 33.
name or title of the marble's number in the catalog. They would have a description of it. They would have their appraised value. And then after the auction, everyone who participated would get mailed a sheet notating what each marble officially sold for. I have those for the two catalogs that I have, and I think that would be some of the coolest info to publicize alongside, because all of these videos, we're seeing these cool marbles, but who knows what they sold for? Who knows, I mean, how sought after they were. I mean, everyone, buy what you like. That's first and foremost the rule of marble collecting. But it is still really neat. It's still cool to see what everyone's into. So yeah, let me look through my tapes and see if I have number 4 and number 6 of Blocks Marble Auction. One moment.
Very well made Latticino core swirl with green outer lines. Great condition. Super eye feel. Slot number 35. Slot number 36 is another great example of a Latticino core swirl. This one is a very tight and highly twisted yellow core with orange and yellow outer lines. Minor wear on the surface, but still a very beautiful example. Slot number 36. Slot number 37 is an outstanding double ribbon core swirl. Super twist and excellent workmanship.
Alright, I'm not going to keep digging, waste time looking for number 4, because guess what? I found number 6.
Double
So,
ribbon swirl.
can't do this for running rabbits,
Slot number
but for
38
blocks,
is a 1 3/8 inch divided ribbon swirl. Very bright colors on this.
number 6.
Has one dimple
That's super
line
cool.
running
So,
around the
I'm
marble.
definitely going to be doing that in the near future.
Slot number
What are your
38
guys' thoughts on it?
1
If you guys
3/8
don't mind,
inch.
I'd love to know what your thoughts are on me uploading these old VHSs. Running Rabbits, obviously no longer, not obviously, but for those who don't know, Running Rabbits is no longer an auction house that runs. Blocks Box, however, is. And I don't know how they will take me uploading their, granted, 30-year-old VHS tapes. I don't understand why anyone would be bothered other than it's mine. It's just sharing it for the love of marble collectors. If you guys have any thoughts, if you guys think, hey, they're definitely going to get upset, or hey, I don't see why, let me know. Because guess what? I'm going to do it some way or another. I have looked into it briefly, and it's fair use, I think, as long as I... ooh, that audio there. Oh, it fixed itself. That's something that will be slightly, maybe annoying to have to go through and fix. But I also thought, so when I upload these, it'd just be really nice to have like chapters or timestamps. So if you want to go through and search for specific marble or specific marble type, you could. I don't know what other info, and obviously I have postcards. I don't know if Blocks did postcards. If they did, my guess is it was in their later auctions, but I could be wrong. I think that was, at least at the beginning, mostly a Running Rabbits. Documentary could be appreciated by all, I'm sure. That's what I think, Blue Crow. I think everyone I think
swirl with a good wet
99.9% of people would
surface.
appreciate it. I just worry about that
Few
point one.
minor dings,
Um,
but
because
still
in
overall
reality, it
a
is
wet mint
Block's,
appearance to
Robert
the marble.
Block's intellectual
Unusual
property.
orange
Um,
tinted yellow
they,
core.
I imagine,
Very
spent
well
a lot
made
of time and
core.
money creating those VHS tapes
Just a super example of a
30
large
years ago.
swirl. Slot number 44.
Oh, there's a nice
Slot number
sulfide.
45 is a 1 and 1
I actually had have a family friend I was going to be
marble
reaching out. Well, I'm expecting to hear from him
looks very
at
well
some point in the
centered
near future.
and very nice
They
detail
heard I
to
was
this figure.
interested in marbles,
Overall, a very
and
handsome
they were
example.
like, "Man, I have some old marbles. I'd love to have you look at and tell me, are they cool? Are they old?" They said they were their father's,
Slot number
and they
46
said
is
one of
a
them has a
1 and
frog
1
in it, and I
sulfide.
was like, "Man,
Original surface.
yeah, they might be
Wet
cool
mint
and they might be
surface.
old if that's a sulfide with a
Figure
frog,
is
but
nicely
it'll be
detailed.
nice to see."
No bubbles
The
or
only time I've
imperfections.
ever seen
Good
sulfides
silvering.
were in private collections of marble
Slot
collectors,
number
whether it be at a
46.
marble show, um, at Moon
Slot
Marble
number
Company,
47
uh,
is a 1 and a
or the
half
guy
inch
who sold me these
sulfide.
tapes, gracious enough to
Dog
let me into his house when I picked them up,
looks like a Saint Bernard.
and he had a wonderful
Great wet
sulfide collection.
surface. Completely original surface.
That's incredible for an original surface. I haven't been paying too
Slot
much
number
attention
47.
to what Danny was saying. The past few might have been too.
Slot number 48
When I see
is a
a
Peking hen
sulfide
sulfide.
in that condition,
Original
I
surface.
original surface. That's incredible. Yep, there's the pontal. When I see a sulfide in that condition, I typically just assume it's
Slot number
polished.
48.
Some sulfides did make it into June's top 10
Slot
antique
number
handmaids.
49 is a squirrel
So,
eating a nut.
if you're a fan of sulfides, keep an eye out
Fingers
there.
have a few bruises.
I
It
do.
is original surface, not polished.
The longer I collect marbles, the more, and also the longer I go without my own sulfide, the more the more my eye opens to them. I
Here's a
do
handsome
see
example of a
the
standing
allure
bear
of sulfides.
sulfide, well centered with nice silvering. Original
Look through
surface.
here, this catalog, see if there's anything else that, you know,
Lot number 51.
there's
is a
photos
billy goat
too. I
sulfide,
don't think there's photos for
2
everything,
inches in diameter.
and I don't know if there are for this. And I don't know if there are for running rabbits,
Slot number 51.
but in this block
Lot number
there are
52
photos.
is a very large 2 and 5/16 of an inch begging bear sulfide,
Begging Bear.
minor surface wear.
Spoiler alert. That's the
Very
exact.
marble, 2 and
Uh,
5/16 of an inch.
I can't remember if it made it onto the top 10 or if sulfide, but the
Lot number
standing
53
bear,
is a
or
1
begging bear, did he
and
call it a
1/4
begging bear?
skin
That made it
Green
onto
line
this month's list.
with a large
Which I
amount
think
of
that'll
white.
be another benefit of uploading these rather than having them just on VHS. Is I don't know if you guys remember,
Lot
but
number
if we want to, oh, what was that? What did he say? A standing bear? Oh, we're gonna have to back it up. See if we can time it.
Number 49
Oh,
is a
too
squirrel
far.
eating a nut.
We'll just have to wait. Do you ever have someone where you're trying to find something in a movie and they would just keep rewinding and fast forward, trying to get right to that point? It's just like, man, let it play. Like, well, in the we're taking 12 seconds to just let it play and wait, and you've wasted a minute skipping around here.
Is a handsome example of a standing bear sulfide, well centered with nice silvering.
So he
Original
calls
surface.
all four legs a standing bear.
Number 50.
Almost looks like a
Lot
lamb.
number 51 is a billy goat sulfide, 2 inches in diameter.
I didn't recall what number we're on, so I don't know.
Some large legs.
But yeah, that'll be a benefit of getting
Lot
these
number 51.
on There it
Lot
is.
number 52 is a very large 2 and 5/16 of an inch begging bear sulfide,
Begging Bear.
minor surface wear,
I like that. Reminds me of
a very hefty marble, 2 and 5/16 of an
oh,
inch.
what's that David Allen Coe song about the singing bear? Does
Lot number
acid.
53 is a 1 and 1/4 inch onion skin, green and white,
That's a beautiful
with a large amount of
onion
white
skin.
glaze.
I do like that white coverage.
Super original condition. It's lot number 53.
Man, it just, I'm sure marbles weren't as
Lot number 54 is a
easy
very
to
clear
come by
1
by any means
5/8
back in the
inch
day,
onion
but
skin with mica.
this video and
Very fine mica scattered throughout the marble.
Danny's
Completely
just
original surface.
passion and determination to get the best marbles for
Very
sale.
minor
Like
wear on the surface.
you
Very
you would have
attractive
thought
marble.
marbles weren't too uncommon back then. You would have thought they were pretty easy to find, but
Lot 55 is a
these
1
are
and
incredible
9/16
marbles.
inch onion skin, red, white, and blue.
I do enjoy the.
Four panel
I see. I think it's more of a pink, but it could be the
round panel.
video. But I love those peppermint
Good
swirl
overall condition.
or peppermint colored German
Lot number
handmaids,
55.
and of course the modern
Lot number
peppermint
56
swirls made by
is
Mark
a
Matthews.
1 1/2 inch onion skin with heavy mica. Good big flecks of mica throughout the marble.
See, I wish I had the catalog for this and I could read through
Bruises on this marble.
what the appraised values were, and
Really
if I
heavy
had the
mica
winning bids,
makes
that'd be
this
super
marble
cool.
really show well,
Tell you
despite
what the winning
the
bids
surface
were.
wear. Slot number 56. Lot number 57 is a 1 and 5/8 inch onion skin. Very bright coloring. Streaky coloring, almost a Joseph Coat type markings. Good original
Wow.
surface. An attractive marble. Slot number 57.
Oh, I just realized I need to update my
Lot
number
58
7.
is a very large 2 and 1/8 of an inch onion skin marble.
Grab some popcorn.
This marble does have a few bruises.
Any pink, magenta, fuchsia,
Still a very
and marbles
heavy
make me
marble.
happy.
2 and 1/8
That's
inch
nice.
marble.
I would like to know. See, I don't know much on the chemistry of the glass colors, and it'd be.
It's a hard to
I mean, I know
find
you know. You were telling me about
blue
Sue Ellen,
agate corkscrew.
I believe the
Great
name.
wet surface. Super
It'd be
possession.
interesting to know, like, are those
Very
pink,
great
magenta, and fuchsia, like, or other colors, not those specifically? What colors are hard to make?
It's a yellow
Um,
and blue
obviously that it
decorated
exists, and obviously there's some colors
pretty
that are
color.
sought after. I mean, everyone that follows Boro knows about like OG moss and things of that nature.
Lot number 61 is
I don't know.
a
It'd be cool.
fantastic
I'd love to
color
know. And I'm sure if I
corkscrew.
stick with this long enough, hopefully I'll figure it out.
Outstanding
Maybe I'll
color.
find a way to share that info with you guys.
These are just gorgeous marbles in this
I know a
blue
lot of
base
the
with
machine-made
orange
marbles
and yellow
um,
stripes.
from like Peltier, Acro, and so on
Lot number 61.
are very sought after if they are
Lot number
colors that
62
didn't last,
is a
like
gorgeous
colors that
11
just
16 inch
for whatever
corkscrew.
reason, for whatever reason,
Very
because of the
unusual
chemical
blue
makeup,
green
it would cause them to
color
break, it would
swirls
cause them to
with yellow.
flake, but there'd be a few that would sneak through,
Super
and
condition.
those are the very rare, very
Lot number
valuable
62.
marbles. Chemistry, man.
Lot number
I had a friend that
63
went
is
into
another super corkscrews.
ceramics engineering. Yeah, ceramics engineering.
A transparent red
He works
base.
for glass
Great
manufacturing,
detail lines where the red
they
comes
do
up over the white.
bottle production.
Great eye appeal. Lot number 64 is an interesting machine-made marble.
See,
with squiggly lines.
and this is one thing
Translucent green.
that I liked about Danny's videos I noticed is
Good color
they
and
sold a
design
lot,
on
it
this
seems like they sold a lot of marbles that
marble. Lot number
no one knew who made it, but everyone recognized, hey, that's a cool marble. I like it. I'll bid on it.
Is a metallic
And I bet you
coral
some of them went for
shade.
some pretty surprising prices, like that
An
one.
attractive amount
When
of
have you ever seen
metallic
metallic?
running through the blue on the white.
That's crazy. I also seen Rare Media with Suo and talking about some of her chemistry secrets
Lot number
and the basics
66
of
is a
class. Yeah,
gorgeous
please do.
forward
I'd love to
color
read up on it.
sheet-made swirl.
I actually listened
Great
to
intricate markings,
the Kondo elbow
great contrasting
interview.
colors.
Oh, my days are falling apart. I think it was earlier this
Lot
week.
number
Yeah,
66.
it was like Monday or Tuesday. That was really fun to listen to. It was cool
67
listening.
is a tricolor
They talked more on
Christensen
like their Kondo talked more
swirl.
on his life. That was funny to listen to.
Almost flame-like
Um, but it
designs
was still neat
on
to
every
learn how he
marble.
worked
Great
and
blue
how he came about it and
that shows off
his
his yellow and
process.
brown. Slot number
So yeah, I'd love
67.
to read. I'd love to read. Read up on
Lot
what you
number
send me.
68 is an outstanding diaper fold Christensen Agate Company marble
Yeah, that is a really cool, just
with electric
diaper
orange
fold. Oh man,
on lime green.
unmistakable.
Fantastic color and design on this marble. A beautiful example. Slot number 68. Lot number 69 is a Christensen Agate Company marble. Great blue and orange color.
That is nice. It's almost like a translucent paley blue. I mean,
Number 69.
from video. Yushin's episode. Yes, I saw that. That'll be cool. It'll be cool. Yushin was one of, he might have actually been the first,
Christensen three-color
like,
marble.
heady artist that I knew of. I think it's for a lot of people.
Wet surface.
Because he worked, he did demos on Corning's museum live stream, which is what I used to watch. I used to love watching Corning Museum's videos on like
Lot number 71
Bill
is
Gudenrath
a
and Mark
16-inch
Matthews,
Guinea.
so on and so forth.
Beautiful spotty
And
coloring.
I saw Yushin on there, and I was like, yeah, I'll look into that. And that was really cool. He did a disc flip. Hey, Jess, how you doing? Thank you for stopping by.
Wet mint
We're
surface.
just hanging out.
Gorgeous color.
I
Got the 16th
unfortunately
Lot number
didn't get much prepared today, so like the teacher you had in 8th grade, I'm just taking it easy and letting the VCR run.
good oxblood.
But it's pretty cool. We're watching, this is a auction from, where'd I put that?
Translucent white.
February 26th, 1993.
Lot number 72.
Auction from Running Rabbits, started by Danny Turner.
Is a lemonade oxblood.
Corning has a statue of him in their hot shop. Statue of who? You'll have to, because I would believe if they had a statue of, I mentioned three, Bill, Mark, or Yushin, I'd believe all three. But Bill Gudenrath's actually like what really got me into glass as an adult. It was a buddy of mine, like the buddy who was a ceramics engineer. He told me about Bill Gudenrath and how impressed he was by Bill Gudenrath working without a gaffer. So I looked into it, and the rest is history. Yushin, that's really cool.
Small chips.
Get to see authentic. Don't get to see authentic and not misnamed off the internet,
Still has
eBay.
diopia.
There are some on eBay, Jess. It's just, you definitely have to hack through. It's a bummer how
76 is a
there's really
thin
not
white
much
marble with
repercussions
a thin dark
to
line that looks like
dubious
oxblood
marble
swirling
sellers.
throughout the marble.
They have a statue sheen. Yeah, that's so cool. I'm gonna have to look into that.
As made
I'm actually gonna Google it on my phone right now while I remember.
See that it reflects the light.
Um,
These are as made.
it's just, that's really cool to see that. I was really happy when
a lot of detail.
you realize that Corning Museum has respect for the degenerate artists, so to say,
Is a brick with a
as they
large
should.
amount of white that produces very striking patterns and a good tail.
I do want to go to Corning Museum at some point, so it'd be cool to see that statue of Yushin.
Example.
I'd love to see a demo. The object I most want to see is, quick Google's not finding it, but I'll see it someday.
Number 7
Um,
is a low solid quartz
the lens for the Hubble
Many,
telescope.
many
Was it the Hubble telescope
yellow,
or
spaced outer
might
lines.
have been the
Wet
recent
surface. Good quiet areas.
Webb, Deep Space Webb? I can't remember.
Extremely minute detail in this one.
I'm hoping my blue panda isn't a
Slot
rainbow.
number 78.
Blue panda isn't a rainbow.
Slot number
See, and
79
that's where you
is a
get into the
banded
difficulty of
transparent
nuance.
and clear
I
glass
don't know. I don't. A blue
blue
panda
tight lines on
might
both
be,
sides.
yeah, like some sort of color designation of a national line rainbow. And then you hope it's a rainbow. I'm guessing that hoping it's not hoping it's a national line and not a regular rainbow.
Number 80 is a
That's the
banded
nuance of
transparent clear
marble
glass.
collecting, man.
A
But
very unusual bright orange
there are some
beam
marbles. So that's what
on
I tell
side.
people. Like if you want to sell a marble and you're not sure what it's worth,
Wet
but
mid
you want to
surface.
sell it, throw it on eBay with good pictures.
Slot number 80.
The videos I have posting in the few days are examples.
Slot
There's some
number
people that
81
they
is a
posted
banded transparent
some
slot
old marbles, handmades.
with yellow,
Literally, the
dense
title and
tight
description
blue
was
lines.
vintage glass marble, nothing else. And they sold for hundreds of dollars because of the good photos. People were able to recognize their nice Latticino swirls. I can't remember exactly. It was like a 2.5-inch toe breaker.
Slot number 82 is
I
a
think original
13
surface. It was
16
nice.
of an inch
But yeah,
glass
you
finial
don't follow the names. Buy what you see.
wet
Don't
surface.
buy what the name or the description is,
Good tunnel area.
unless it's handmade, modern handmade. Yeah, psychedelic art is gaining serious respect. Very interesting to see. It is. It is interesting, especially as psychedelics in general seem to be gaining more respect
Banded swirl.
for their medicinal and recreational
Super
uses
intense amber
in
color.
tandem.
Wet surface.
Yeah, blue panda. Just, do you know
Very
what is it?
attractive
Blue panda?
marble.
Panda? Blue panda?
Slot number 83.
I don't know what a blue panda could be.
Slot number 84
Because
is
the
a
panda
big
is like the reverse
single ribbon swirl.
zebra. I don't know, man. Getting into like a
Nice
black base
air
with white.
bubble at the center of the ribbon, as you can see. Good twist.
I really like this marble with a bubble in the middle.
Slot number 84.
Man, I watched more than
Number
I
85
thought the other
is a
day because I did see these.
onion skin.
Like I said, this video is 300
Super condition.
marbles in total. And I'm seeing here, it looks like he was based out of Nashville, Tennessee.
Slot number 86
So if anyone's watching this from
small
Nashville, you can take some pride knowing that
turquoise and
the
white.
very first ever marble auctions started in your hometown.
Great wet surface.
Pretty cool. I know there's a lot else to attribute to Nashville, but that's pretty interesting.
Slot number 87 is a gorgeous small onion skin, pink and white and turquoise.
Ooh,
Wet surface.
how do you like that, Dozer? That pink
Fantastic eye.
onion skin. That is.
Slot number 87.
I like smaller handmaids too. I'm definitely a follower of smaller is baller
Beautiful onion skin.
with marbles.
Red, white,
Not everything, but
turquoise.
I like game-sized handmaids.
Great
I think I've shown you guys. I have some hot house glass, just some small handmaids. I love them. I have a
Slot number 89.
large hot house glass. I love it too, but the handmaids are the ones that I
Color combination.
more often gravitate to look at.
Blue. Wet surface.
That's really nice
The
contrast
original surface.
on that blue-orange one.
Slot number 89.
Joseph coat? Orange? I missed it. I think it's a Joseph coat. Maybe an onion skin.
Slot number
Ah,
90
look at
is
that.
a 13/16 inch peppermint swirl.
Yes, sir.
The harder to find one red line variety.
One red. Oh, the
It does have a few
real thin.
small dings.
That's cool.
Surface
So there's a
color
variety of it. More you know. Every day you learn something new in marble collecting.
Lot number 91 is a coreless Lux, 9/16 of an inch. With blue lines.
Better internet, sorry.
Very well
It's
made
rough
marble.
on my end too, Jess. It's no
Great
worries.
clarity.
I don't have the best options when it comes to internet at my house. We get 25 megabit
Is a coreless
AT&T hardwire
Lux, very rare
or
yellow
300 megabit 5G T-Mobile, which is what I have. So it's good speed, but it's terrible latency. I really love that. swirl with the LUTs.
Very handsome LUTs. It's lot number 92. Lot number 93 is a 9
These
16th inch
transparent,
coreless LUTs and
yeah,
transparent
these transparent
glass
coreless LUTs. Whatever.
white
These
lines.
are, I think, among my favorite
Gorgeous
old
color.
German handmaids.
Very pretty marble.
I love transparent marbles, and to find them in wonderful condition, I couldn't imagine.
Lot number 94 is a gorgeous amber ribbon LUTs. Great fire in the LUTs bands. Super amber color. Lot number 94.
I love some of Danny's tags and descriptions too. I bet
Number
we could sit
95
through and
is a
pull some
gorgeous
out. That would be
corkscrew
worth.
opaque
Whoa,
yellow
what's going on with that
under
marble?
a beautiful turquoise translucent
Is that some stop
glass.
action? Oh my gosh.
Beautiful example of a corkscrew.
Some stop action editing?
Lot number 96 is a very rare
Oh, just for that one.
color
That was
corkscrew.
cool.
Blood red with a green stripe.
Love the relationship between borosilicate and the
Very
psychedelic
bright
art
color.
movement because there's similar time frames and history
Extremely
together.
rare
Specifically
color
borosilicate marbles.
corkscrew.
You wouldn't think the art marbles are
Lot number
edgy.
96.
I agree. One thing that I find really cool too is
Lot
how
number 97
how
is a
much history
corkscrew.
there is. I'm trying to figure out how to
Red
say
and
it
white, though the white is
respectfully.
opaque and the red
Um,
is translucent.
how you're right. It's
Good twist. Slot number 97.
like you said. It's gaining respect, and I appreciate that. And I love to know. And the more I learn the history behind it, like
Corkscrew.
oh, I'm gonna.
Super color.
I feel bad. It was at Seth Bickus,
Great
and it's.
black
I'm gonna feel
detail
so
on
bad
the
if that's wrong, and I think that is wrong.
fantastic marble.
I
Lot number
apologize.
98
But when I was at the St. Louis Marble Show back in March,
is a 3/4
it was
inch
Benjamin
corkscrew.
Cornwell who hosted it and threw it. Wonderful marble artist. Go look him
Excellent
up. BC
twist.
Glassworks on Instagram.
Fantastic condition.
Um,
Good
he
twist.
and I think it was Seth Bickus. It might have been someone else. I apologize if I got that wrong.
Another gorgeous
He said that they met each other
3/4
back
X
at
corkscrew.
a
Opaque
Grateful
green,
tour. They both were
translucent
selling
red.
pipes
Very
in the
beautiful
parking
color
lot,
combination.
but he didn't know Seth. I think it's Seth. Didn't know that pipes weren't allowed to be sold, and luckily Benjamin had a little tent set up with a little back room and
Lot
everything,
number
and
101
they met each other,
is
and
a
that was back in
3/4
the
inch
mid
sheer
90s. I
tie
think he said it was like
decorated corkscrew
97,
and a rare color
96.
combination of
And then he
opaque
said,
black
like, almost 20 years
with
later,
red lines.
he was at a show or convention or something. They saw Benjamin. He was like, "Hey, do I know you?" And they started talking, and they were like,
Lot
"Hey,
number
yeah,
101
we from the Grateful tour, from a specific
Lot
show."
number 102 is a
Um,
bizarre
yeah, it's cool to know that
swirl,
there's history there,
blue and
and
white with a
yeah,
spider web
it'll be
pattern,
interesting to read some of the stories
yellow
that'll be
lines
told. Um,
running
about to see
crooked
Dad and
all
God.
over the
Dude,
marble.
that's so cool.
Very strange.
That is. I'm
Lot
so.
number
I'm
102.
happy for you. That is gonna be wicked cool. Enjoy it.
Lot number 103
Enjoy
is a
it.
two-color wire pool
That's
in
cool.
clear glass. The clear glass has a Vaseline type quality.
Oh man.
Pretty marble.
7:51. All right, guys. Like I said, I got a
Lot number
video
104 is a
scheduled to
super
post at
example
8 p.m.
of a metallic
It's
blue
one
and
of
white
3.
swirl.
You guys
Very
will
bright silver metallic strip
understand
runs through
once
the
it's
dark
posted
blue.
what that means. I'm gonna dip out of here right at 8 and then watch that premiere.
Lot number 105
Um,
is a gorgeous 3-color
like I said, I was really kind of pulling like what your teacher did back in the day, just throwing a video tonight because I had no idea what I was gonna do and working on all that video editing. And next week, I think what I want to do more is create a marble on stream. Yeah, I am premiering it. So it'll have the little live chat feature thing, so I'll be sitting in.
One small bruise.
But next week, yeah, I want to make a marble.
Number
I think
106.
on stream. For those that don't know,
Lot number
I do enjoy
107.
making digital 3D
7x5 hybrid.
marbles. I thought it'd be really
Orange,
fun to
green,
start
and
one
a
from
thin
scratch.
blue line underneath the green, as you
And
can see.
I don't know what kind of marble I want to make
Great
just yet.
detail in this marble.
I don't know if I want to make like
Very pretty
a
example.
representation or if we want to make like a just something fun. If we want to make it as a collaborative thing with
Lot number
chat,
108 is a very
I'm gonna
rare
think about it, and I think I
white
might
blue papa.
put up a little poll
Wet
on
surface.
my community page for YouTube on like my timeline. Uh, so if you guys have any thoughts, if you guys want to see
Lot number
a
109.
specific digital
4x5
marble, oh,
hybrid.
digital marbles, if you want to see a specific
And
digital
a
marble be made,
thin stripe of yellow.
let me know.
Wet surface.
At
Lot
some
number
point too, I want
110
to
is a
take a
yellow
stream.
wood papa.
I want to do a.
This one
I
yellow
have two. I have a
branded
couple
purple.
streams that I want to do. Like,
All of these
what would you call
papa
those? On
hybrids
the
are
road,
very hard to
away from my
find,
desk.
and it's very exciting to work
Um,
with these hard
I
to
want to go
find
down to
marbles.
Moon Marble Co.
It's lot number 110.
and show you guys Moon Marble Co. live.
Lot
I
number
think that would be really
111
fun.
is a super
Um,
example of
of
a
course, the thing I worry about
dark
is
amber
internet
slag
connection.
with a great 9
Um,
pattern, as you can see
so,
there. Great
add a
condition.
photo submission page. Yeah, I need to. I can't. Oh man, Dozier, if
Lot
you
number
saw the
112
list,
is a
if you
group
saw
of
my
oval
to-do list,
slags
and
with
it's
a
all,
3/4 inch to 1 inch
oh,
diameter.
yeah, I need to. I had someone else email me about that too as well. I feel bad. Um, but the problem is I could add it, but it's going to make it
7/8 inch amber.
it- it's going to make, without sounding too complainy, it's going to make it a lot of work on my end if I just add it. I need to add it and then set up so that the photos get organized as you guys upload them. Um,
And a 3/4 inch
so
red with a super
it's not as
pale
simple as I thought it would be. It is, but it isn't. It's like really easy for me to add it on there, but the organization is going to take a minute. So I know I need to get that added because I even had I have. It's cool. If you guys don't know, you can always
over 1 inch
email me or
block
contact me
clear
through your
slag.
website. Um,
Lot
I have a
number
phone number too. If you
114
guys
is
don't
an
like that,
outstanding
I set
1
up a
in
Google
1
Voice
inch
number for
edge.
one person. He's like, I don't like
Single
uploading,
bottom
going through the
slag
work, and I
with
said, hey, no
round
problem.
bottom.
I'll set up a Google Voice.
These are very
Um,
rare marbles, especially in this
yeah,
size.
this slag is crazy
For this
cool.
great
Reminds me of like
eye appeal
Jupiter
that this marble has.
pull. Yeah, I
Fantastic
think I am gonna pull
detail
Jess.
and
I'm gonna
great
figure out
graphics.
exactly what I want to pull. And then next tomorrow, Finders Keepers, tune in. I'm not gonna
Lot
spoil
number
anything.
114
I know I've been making them a bit difficult, and I don't think I'm
Lot
gonna
number 115
make them any easier.
is a fantastic
Um,
mint condition acro agate
but I
box
think I'm gonna
with
find some ways to
5
give you guys some more
mint
hints.
slags, each
Uh,
one a different color.
I think though some of them,
Super
some of
graphics
those
in this
steps, it's
box.
like once you know, you're gonna be like,
Lots
oh.
cleaner than this one. That's lot number
Um,
115.
so yeah, Finders Keepers will be posted
Lot number
tomorrow still on time.
116 is a master made box. This one is also in mint condition.
I
Very
have that
colorful
master box,
graphics.
although I think
Contains
mine's a
cat's eye marble.
reproduction.
That's lot number 116.
If you guys weren't aware, the number 5
Lot
box
number
was
117 is
extremely
a
reproduced.
very rare
This,
box
okay,
with bobbers and Kibs
I'm glad we
pictures.
could see this. This is the coolest box, the coolest item in the auction that I saw.
This box opens like you would open a matchbox. It contains 4 ceramic Bennington glazed pieces and a lined china.
So cool.
The unglazed china in this box is 15/16 of an inch. This is the only example of this box we have ever seen. Very rare.
Sorry, I just
Lot
wanted
number
to stay quiet
118
through
is
that
a
because
very
that
rare
is crazy cool.
apron
I
press
love the
marble
little
with a
like
back button. 1
bits.
1/4 inches in diameter.
And then I love how they called it Mib. They even in the 1800s advertised marbles as Mibs.
Beautiful 7/8
Um,
inch
and I'm
block
sure
marble
most people knew
tube
that, but
from
I didn't. I
1928
thought that was
manufacture.
crazy cool.
Fantastic condition. Great graphics. is a Detroit Free Press Marbles Tournament pin back. This one's 10. Let's
Yeah,
go.
on the marble
See some
tournaments,
graphics
I've
on it.
told Cody about it. But if those who don't know,
Lot number
there is a
121
book
is a marble
that
book by Clara Eaton
archives
called The
20
Collector's
years worth of
Encyclopedia of Marbles.
VFW
This
marble
is one of the
tournaments,
first
national
marble
marble
books
tournaments.
published. Copyright date
I
is
don't recall who,
1972.
off the
Printed
top of my
by
head, I
Mary
don't
Martin
recall
Marble.
who wrote it. And it was a bit pricey. I think it was like
Back of the
$55 or
cover.
$60
Very
retail.
colorful photographs on the side.
But
This book is in very good
I
condition.
don't know of any other
That's lot number
book that
121.
covers 20 years worth of marble tournaments. So
Lot number
at some point
122. This
here
is a gorgeous
in the hopefully
free
nearer
suede
future, but
double
at
ribbon.
$60 for a book,
This
that's
marble has been
it's
polished.
not easy to pull that trigger.
However, it does not
Will
significantly
happen. I
fade
mean,
with the
those
polish.
that don't, those
For some
purchase marble
ribbons,
books, you don't know. I mean, you know they cost
this is a
$40
very
on average.
crafted
Um,
double ribbon.
but yeah, I thought that was really cool to learn that there's a
Lot number
tournament
123.
book.
This is a 1 3/8 inch solid core.
That's kind of like the solid core that I have, but unfortunately,
Very
mine
colorful.
was polished and then I think
Lot number 124.
like beaten up to make it look as if it wasn't polished.
Lot number
And if
124
that's not
is a
the
white
most
pastel
dubious thing
core.
you've ever heard,
1 3/8 of an inch.
yeah, it
Very
hurt.
transparent red and yellow
Mibs, yeah, Mibs. That's so cool. All right, guys. Sorry, I know I was a few minutes late. This
Lot number
you could see
125 is a
pop player.
gorgeous
That's funny. I never even considered that
1/3
pop player
solid ribbon core
software for the video capture was giving me fits. So that's why I
marbles
was late.
full of color. Original
But I'm gonna have to get out on time because I got a video premiering here in a minute. I
125.
think it has like a 2-minute countdown, so
Lot number
be
126
plenty of time.
is a very colorful
Um,
divided ribbon core
like I
sport.
said, I know
1
this was like a
5/8
really
of an inch
just
in
chill, kickback
diameter.
stream.
Very original surface.
If you have any thoughts on the info that I wanted
Very
to
colorful bands.
post along with these videos when I finally do publish them, let me know. And
Lot number 127.
appreciate you all, as always, and I hope you have a wonderful rest of your day.